All right, guys, I'm going to erase the parts that make this a TXV system, or TXV/receiver dryer system, and start drawing the ones that give you an orifice tube. This is going to be sped up, so you don't really have to worry about it. Let's get rid of the receiver dryer. Get rid of our TXV, our expansion device right here. Go through here. We'll have this another here, cylinder. Another sides right here. I have the line going on the other side of it later. Get it from this side right here, the top of this right here. Add that to this side right here. Right here. Go to the orifice tube system. There's a way the orifice tube is drawn. I'm trying to find out what it looks like. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the orifice tube. Orifice tube. It's a little thicker. Just like that. Just like that. Orifice tube. Accumulator. Accumulator. Just like that. Hi guys. We're back now. As you can see here, I have an orifice tube and an accumulator style system here. We still have a basic condenser, an evaporator, our compressor. Those three pieces will always be just about roughly the same in every system there. What changes here is you still have your discharge port out of the compressor here going to the condenser. Well, that high pressure vapor condenses to a high pressure liquid. You have what's known as your liquid line that goes down through here through our orifice tube. The orifice tube is the expansion device. It is basically a metered orifice where it allows the high pressure vapor to flow through the orifice tube, and it goes from a high pressure to a low pressure vapor. And as it gets vaporized right here, it's going to start, sorry, oh, I just screwed that up. Go a high pressure liquid to a low pressure liquid. And as it goes from the low pressure liquid here, it's going to go to the evaporator, which is going to vaporize into a low pressure vapor. It's going to be stored here. It's going to go through, get inside the accumulator. Inside the accumulator, if there's any kind of liquid refrigerant, the liquid refrigerant is going to be stored in this accumulator until it's vaporized, basically, and it'll go to the compressor. So all the vaporized or refrigerant vapor, I guess that's the best way to say it, refrigerant vapor will go from there into the compressor, where the cycle starts over again. You go high pressure vapor, high pressure liquid, low pressure liquid, low pressure vapor, compressor, it starts over again. Your split line in the system right here, if this right here is back from like last time, I'll just give it a blue marker here, as you can really tell my colors here. The split point right here, high and low side, will be right here. This would be the high side, this would be the low side. It's not hard, it's pretty simple. But notice the location of the accumulator is on the low side, the receiver dryer was on the high side. Once you understand those simple things, everything else is easy. You'll also have, this right here is called your discharge line, the line that goes from the compressor to the condenser is called a discharge. Your suction line, it is the same on both. Suction line is the one from the accumulator to the compressor, or from your condenser, or from your evaporator to the compressor. It's the low pressure vapor line going into the compressor. That's your suction side. Well, that being said, you have your inlet to your accumulator here. That's just your accumulator inlet. But from the condenser out to your orifice tube, or from the condenser out to your TXV, this is going to be called your liquid line. Now, some of you are thinking, well, why does it matter what these are called? Well, the reason is you're going to need to know these names for when you're getting parts. I've replaced every one of these parts in a vehicle or in multiple vehicles in my life. I've had liquid lines that have had holes in them. I've had condensers that were busted. I've had compressors that have gone bad, accumulators that are terrible, evaporators that leak, orifice tubes. Anytime you replace a compressor, okay, if you buy a compressor, if you get a compressor kit or AC kit, it's going to come with a compressor, an accumulator, and an orifice tube style system. If it's a TXV style system, you're going to get a compressor, a receiver dryer, and TXV. Okay, so when you're getting parts, unless you're getting the big three, the compressor, accumulator, orifice, the compressor, receiver dryer, and TXV, you're going to need to know liquid line, discharge, suction line, evaporator, condenser. So it is very important that you understand what these pieces, these components are called and how they actually function. How they function is pretty simple. These are just heat exchangers right here and right here. Okay, the accumulator and the receiver dryer is just a storage device. Okay, the orifice tube and the TXV is just a metering device. It changes high pressure liquid to a low pressure liquid. It just allows it to take this whole bunch of liquid through here and spray it through there. It basically causes it to start atomizing. All right. So, any questions, concerns, comments, please hit me up. All right. Thanks for listening.